I saw the title, Revenger, and I thought this would be a Thor, Valkyrie, and Hulk movie. It's not that.
It's called the Revenges.
Revenges?
What is up, Netflix fans, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the brand new Netflix action movie called Revenger. This is not a movie I'm seeing a lot about online, so I may be the first critic to review it. This is going to be fun. But hopefully, by watching this review, you will decide whether you want to watch it or not. If you guys don't know how my reviews work, I like to talk about the film and then give you my score. Let's talk about Revenger. So in Revenger, a former police investigator decides to go to a prison island to revenge the brutal killings of his family, and this thing stars Bruce Caan, who is the man whom we are following throughout this entire adventure. Well, there is a family element. There is a woman and her daughter. They are kind of the heart and the emotion of the story. But this man, my goodness, first off, there are two things that I love about this movie. I love our main character here, the police investigator. You are with him even with the most minimal amount of dialogue and not that much emotional connection. I mean, you get where he's coming from once you start to uncover things about his past, but you are with him just because of the screen presence that he has. And then the action in this movie, I take nothing away from it. It is incredible. I watched a movie last year on Netflix. I believe it was my third favorite Netflix film of the year, called The Night Comes for Us. Very similar concept, a revenge quest, if you will. The action in that movie is incredible, but the thing that film had that Revenger doesn't have, it had a pretty good script and a plot that kept you emotionally engaged. That is something that I believe a Revenger was lacking, because once you get past that first scene, and the first scene is really awesome. The camera was a bit shaky for me. It chilled out for the rest of the film, but that first scene was really cool because of the violence and the action. Look, you know the kind of movie you're getting if you have watched the trailer. The very first scene, and really the very final few scenes, hold that and give you exactly what you want. A really fun action film with great stunts and awesome choreography, a lot of blood, a lot of gore, and that's really the reason you're watching this movie in the first place. But despite the incredible action, something that is clearly very well choreographed and incredibly directed, the plot and the characters, they seem so underdeveloped to me. You don't emotionally connect to anyone but those three characters and the person that they're going after, who in his own way wasn't super fleshed out, but you understand why they hate him and you have a reason to hate them. Those four characters, I'll say that, those four characters are worth watching and worth gravitating towards. The rest of the film, and the majority of the film really, was just kind of a miss for me. The entire village, it tries to be as comedic as it possibly can. It gives you these characters that are odd and quirky, and in their own way they're funny, but to me they were not funny. I was not laughing. I was a bit confused by certain things going on. They don't do a very good job of explaining certain characters and their, not abilities, but the way that they go about certain things. I'll say that without giving away spoilers. The entire village sequence and the scenes, everything within that, it just didn't work for me. It wasn't funny, it was odd. There is this old man character and he starts going crazy multiple times throughout the movie. To snap him out of it, you have to kiss him, apparently. I know it sounds weird. Listen, it's weird. I mean, they may have explained why you had to kiss the dude to snap him out of his craziness, but they didn't do a very good job because I was very confused, especially the first time they did it. And those sequences take up a lot of the movie. Maybe not over half, but at least half of the film is that odd, quirky group of characters interacting with the characters that I started to care about, but as they were interacting with each other, it was like two different movies coming together, one that I really didn't care about and one that I kind of cared about. But really, over all of that, something that trumps everything, I wanted to see more action. When I got the action, I started to get invested again. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Clearly, they care about the action scenes. So well choreographed. I know I keep saying it, but I want to nail this on the head. And I know I said at the beginning, the first scene, the camera was a bit too shaky for me. That calms down throughout the movie, and the final action scene, especially the way that a certain person goes out, was incredible. My goodness. That was cool. And it's not just the action that looked great, the landscapes were really cool. I like the setting of being on this island, kind of being isolated from the rest of the world. This is their own little adventure. They try to explain certain things, to use certain plot points. They do a bit too much on the expositional side, but it all comes back around to the fact that you care about this guy regardless because he's just so cool. Every time he walks on the screen, I'm like, yep, he could take me in a fight. The emotional depth with him I thought was really good. The emotional depth with the girl and her mother, they tried to flesh it out. It didn't super work for me, but I'm like, okay, I buy that, I'm on board. Then they try to make the village characters kind of relatable and they try to make you care about them. And for me, I just didn't. Some people may gravitate towards them if you enjoy that kind of thing. I didn't find it entertaining, and it felt like two completely different tones that did not come together and create a cohesive movie, but that may not be why you turn this on in the first place. If you turn this on for really good action, it's there. You may have to wait for it every now and then, but it's definitely there. This is one of those films, if you don't care about the plot or the dialogue, you can turn it on, leave it on the background. Every now and then when you turn around and look at the television screen, oh, that's really cool. I'm getting invested into this fight. Come back in 5 minutes, there's going to be another fight. And I guess that's the beauty of having a movie like this on Netflix. For me, I am going to give Revenger a 51%, but in terms of how entertaining the action was, that was top-notch. My score takes nothing away from how well done that was. It's just the movie as a whole, it wasn't cohesive, the tones didn't match up, and those characters really took me out of the film. Does this entice you? Do you enjoy action movies like this on this scale? Let me know in the comments down below. This is your space to watch this movie. If you have watched it, you can talk about it. That is what this video is for. Thank you so much for watching this. As always, this is just my opinion. I want to hear your all's thoughts. You guys are the absolute best. Let me know in the comments section if you want me to go watch the brand new Dragon Ball movie called Broly in theaters. It's releasing at 7 p.m. If you guys want me to go watch that, I will check it out and review it just for you. I will catch you guys very soon with that and a review for Glass on Thursday. See ya.